claim to be, which is what we believe. He goes on to say, he who is of God hears the words of God. The reason why you do not hear them is that you are not of God. This is a terrific condemnation of the non-believer in the world today. Let me read it again. The reason why you do not hear the words of Jesus is because you are not of God. I can't think of a more solemn set of words I could put together. And now they really begin to scream at him saying, aren't we right? You're a Samaritan and you have a devil. And Jesus said, I don't have a devil. I honor my Father. You dishonor me. Yet I'm not seeking my own glory. There is one who seeks it, the Father. He will be the judge. Truly, truly, I say to you, if any man keeps my word, he will never see death. And they said, now we know you have a demon. Why, Abraham died, the prophets died, and you say, if any man keeps my word, he will never see death. Are you greater than our father Abraham, and he died, and the prophets died? Who do you think you are anyway? And Jesus said, if I glorify myself, my glory is nothing. It is my Father who glorifies me, of whom you say that he is your God. But you have not known him. I know him. If I said I do not know him, I would be a liar like you are. But I do know him, and I do keep his word. Your father, that you claim, Abraham, by faith looked forward and rejoiced that he was to see my day. He saw it and was glad. And the Jews said to him, you're not 50 years old. And Abraham is back there 1,700 years and more ago. And Jesus said, truly, truly, I say to you, before Abraham was, and then he uses the great name of God, the I am. Before Abraham, God was, I am. Jesus here claims to be God. This, of course, if it were not true, would be blasphemy. And they took up stones to throw at him, and Jesus hid himself and went out of the temple. What a terrific confrontation we've had at this particular feast. Jesus has claimed to be the water of life. Jesus has claimed to be the light of the world. Jesus claimed to be able to deliver a man from death. Jesus claims to be the Son of God. Jesus, in fact, claims to be the great I am, God himself. Again, we raise the issue, and you will have to decide for yourself. Either Jesus was deceived, honest but deceived, he was a charlatan and a deceiver, or else he was what he claimed to be, the Son of God, the Savior of the world, and the coming judge for you and for me. Make him your Savior. Please. Today we turn to the 9th chapter of the Gospel according to John, which records the healing of a man who was born blind, and then a controversy which arose following that healing. I'm going to ask my assistant, Malcolm Brubaker, to read verses 1 through 5.
As he passed by, he saw a man blind from his birth. And his disciples asked him, Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? Jesus answered, it is not that this man sinned or his parents, but that the works of God might be made manifest in him. We must work the works of him who sent me while it is day. Night comes when no man can work. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world.
This brings us to a basic question. The disciples, seeing the man born blind, asked him a theological question. And that was, what sin caused this blindness? Was it the man's sin, Was it his parents' sin? This is a common problem. The problem of blindness is a common problem throughout the world. And in many homes, any birth defect brings an agonizing question. Did I sin? Asked the mother. Did my husband sin? Is there some hereditary sin? What is the cause of this defect? And there are hundreds of thousands of anguished, agonizing parents wrestling with this problem every year. This is no encouragement to the idea of reincarnation, because Jesus did not give any approval to the idea that this man was suffering because of sin in some previous life. No support is given to that here. Jesus instead turned to meeting the present need. He said it was not this man nor his parents, but it gives us an opportunity to do the works of God. We must work the works of God who sent me while it is day. He's referring to the idea that there is a blindness which is not of the eyes, but a blindness of the heart. The day he is talking about is the day of opportunity. The night of lack of opportunity is coming. And we must work during the time of opportunity, whether it happens to be the matter of healing, the matter of salvation, the matter of service, the matter of reaching the world. The night is going to come. Darkness will settle down. A darkness which is as dark as the darkest blindness, when no man can work. He furthermore makes a very strong case for himself. As long as I'm here in the world, I am the one who dispels darkness. I am the light of the world. We find the healing occurring in verses 6 and 7.
As he said this, he spat on the ground and made clay of the spittle and anointed the man's eyes with the clay, saying to him, "Go, wash in the pool of Siloam." So he went and washed and came back seeing.
The reason for the making of the little bit of mud out of spit and dirt is unknown. Some would say that it helps to have some point of contact in matter of healing. Some even would regard this as a reason for the oil in James, which I do not. I regard the oil in James as a symbol of ointment, which is used in the treatment of all kinds of sores, infections, to soften the wound. And that just as we have a literal oil or salve, which is used by doctors, so the oil becomes symbolic of the healing power of Christ. But anyway, Jesus made this clay and put on the man's eyes and told him to go and wash in a pool, the name of which means sent. And he was healed. Verses 8 through 11.
The neighbors and those who had seen him before as a leper said, "Is not this the man who used to sit and beg?" Some said, "It is he." Others said, "No, but he is like him." He said, "I am the man." They said to him, "Then how were your eyes opened?" He answered, "The man who called Jesus made clay and anointed my eyes and said to me, 'Go to Siloam and wash.' So I went and washed and received my sight."
The beginning of this controversy is typical of the reaction of the world to any miraculous event. We bring to every experience our own prejudices, our own presuppositions, our own frame of reference.